Alright, so for this video I'm going to be demonstrating a heat map implementation in AftrBurner. Um, so here's my heat map, and the way that I made this was I essentially took a plane, um, and if I auto load it and then lower the scale, you can see it's essentially just a plane, but it's got a lot of vertices throughout it. And so using um, the seed ties into a noise function. So basically, if I pass in different seeds, you'll get. Let me raise the scale so it's a little bit easier to see. If I pass in different seeds, the noise function will output differently. Different vertices are going to be given different heights. Essentially, what I'm doing, and I'll show this with the animation. So let's So what's going on is it's walking through whenever I generate a heat map, it's walking through taking the seed from the from this input here as the noise function, and then from that it takes the position in the plane and calculates a number from that. And then that number gets put in as the height of the vertex, and then that's how we get these different heights. I'm not convinced that this animation is actually working correctly, but yeah. Alright, so I decided to show some of my code to explain this. So basically, here's the seed. We pass in the seed from the GUI, um, from here, and then we also have the scale that gets passed in. Um, So we pass in the seed, we get the vertices, walk through and apply this noise function here along with the scale to get the height. And then this max variable gets passed in to our shader, which shows up right here. So this is the max height that was calculated. And then from there we've already got the positions of the vertices set here, because the XY position obviously isn't changing, it's just the height, so the Z position changes. So now that we know how to change the height of each of these vertices, the only thing left is changing the color. We have to shade this to accurately change the color for when the scales change, right? And this might be easier to see if I change the seed. Right? Each of these are dynamically changing depending on their heights. So how do we do that? Well, we have this max variable, and this gets updated as we go through and evaluate what the noise should be. And then we pass that into the um, fragment shader. And so that gets passed in here, and then we come down to here, and this is essentially what makes it happen. Um, this is basically using hues. So it's like figuring out what percentage of the max your current vertex is, and then based on that, it's giving it a color based on its position and the hue. So yeah, that is essentially how I implemented heat maps in AftrBurner.